offensively, blocking and so on, and good defense from the libero for the Rocky Mountain or the Providence Argos. And the libero averaged 9 digs per set. So that's Kyra Sayers, junior, and she had a great night last night against Carroll. Once again, early close matches, and then at the end of the set, kind of a going-away win for Providence. And same story with Rocky. They battled, but they could not come out on top. So Busley, they are looking at an 0-6 mark coming into today's battle with a nationally ranked team in the Frontier Conference. Let's take 2 minutes and come right back here to Billings, Montana on the Go Battlin Bears network and on K-Sky. And a reminder, you're watching the Battling Bears today, brought to you by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. Well, back to the national rankings for the NAIA. What a great performance so far by the Frontier Conference. The top team is Eastern Oregon. They started out second to last year's champion, Indiana Wesleyan. Bellevue was number 2 last year in the nation. They're ranked number 3. Then it's Providence in the number 5 position. Montana Tech is at the 21st position. And then in the received votes category, Dakota State, one of the new members from South Dakota, Carroll College, Montana Western, and Valley City State. Part of the group that is receiving votes. So just looking forward so much to this year's volleyball schedule that we get to see right here in Billings, Montana, as various new teams to the schedule come in here to the Fortin Center. Today, though, a full at Rocky Mountain College and Providence have a lot of history, and we are looking forward to seeing some of that history and rivalry revived here, right here on the YouTube channel. Well, Cadry Taylor, one of the hitters for the Providence Argos, has had an award already at the Frontier Conference level, blocker of the week here a couple of weeks ago. And we are going to see more of those award winners from Providence throughout this season. Well, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, Providence will be easy to spot. They've got the lime green jerseys. They'll be starting out to my left. And then the libero for Providence, Kyra Sayers, wearing the dark blue jersey. For Rocky, they're going to have their black jerseys on today, and they will be right in front of us here on the right side. Let's take another 2-minute break. Be back with more from the Fortin Center. Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Urk Hotels for all 25-26 streaming. Urk Hotels is based in Missoula and has been managing and developing lodging properties in the northwestern region for more than 30 years. With their partners and investors, they have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. They currently manage over 900 guest rooms and 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they are dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring the culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. Thank you, Urk Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain Athletics. Argos come in 9-1 on the year. That's what earned them their 5th place position in the national rankings. Their only loss came to the number 1 team, Eastern Idaho. According to Coach Judah in our pregame conversation, he said they were in that one all the way. And by the way, talking about last year's national tournament appearance in Sioux City for the Argos, they failed to get out of pool play. One of those deals where a tiebreaker was the difference between Indiana Wesleyan and Providence getting to the final round, and the tiebreaker, because they had lost to Bellevue in the early going of the pool play, they were unable to move on in that tournament. Well, we're just in front of the national anthem, so let's begin our look at the players until we get interrupted by the national anthem. And for that, we will go away for the radio for commercials whenever we get started on that, and we'll keep it right here for the Rocky Mountain YouTube channel. Second conference game of the year for Providence. This will be number 3 for the Battlin Bears. They have played Carroll last night, Northern, and then tonight, Providence. Got a chance to call Providence's playoff game last year in the NAIA. A lot of fun seeing them move on. And we will take a 90-second break for radio. Let's take a look at the Providence players we'll be talking about today. Number 2 is Sadie Giles, a middle blocker, 5'9" senior for Idaho Falls. Bella Thompson, the setter from Kapahula, Oahu, 5'7" senior. Franny Martins, the 6'1" middle blocker, a senior from Orland, California. Avery Taylor, number 17, 6'3" middle blocker. She's a junior from White Sulphur Springs, Montana. Trinity Tenson, a 6-footer, an outside hitter from Highwood. She's a freshman, a redshirt freshman. And Ryan Ebbies had a good game last night as well in the attack. 5'10" senior from Gallatin High School in Bozeman. For the home team, Lauren Rodacker is a 5'4" senior from Billings, Montana, Skyview High. Felina Mulder from Nootdorp, Netherlands, 6-foot freshman middle. Josie West had a big night last night with 12 carries against Northern, a 5'8" senior from Buchanan, Michigan, played at Southwestern Michigan College. And she plays outside hitter. Ella Kincaid from Billings Senior, 5'9" junior. She does it all, a right side, and she also set. Caitlin Wood, a junior, 5'11", middle blocker from Eugene, Oregon, and Sheldon High School. There's number 11. Lindsay Lawrence will be seeing action. She's from Jordan, Montana, a 5'9" junior. From North Vancouver, British Columbia, St. Thomas Aquinas High School, Gabriella Panzetta, 6'3", middle blocker, and right side, a senior. We'll also be seeing Kira Ban playing defense, a 5'6" sophomore from Huntley. Finally, from Arlington, Washington, Meredith Marsh, a 5'7" setter. Not quite the crowd we had last night, but still, it's Saturday afternoon, beautiful Saturday, a lot of smoke out there in the Billings area. So as we got to look over the rim driving over here today, a lot of haze and smoke in the air. Boy, I got home last night, I thought somebody was having a campfire somewhere around me. It just kind of struck you right in the face when you got out of the car. So a lot of smoke in the air last night as well. I want to stay in the building and not breathe all that stuff in and affect my perfectly tuned announcing voice. Herm Elenbaas on the Rocky Mountain Athletic YouTube channel and K-Sky 94.1 FM. Glad to have you aboard. West Side picked up a win in football last night over Hellgate. And they picked up their first win of the year after falling in a tough finish to Glacier High the week before over at Wendy's Field. So Sadie Meyer gets the start today. She's from West High. I don't think I mentioned her, but she is out there in the middle wearing number 3. Meyer and Kincaid had some goings on with their separate schools here in the Billings area, but now they're teammates. So across the front row for the Battlin Bears, it'll be Kincaid, Wood, and Meyer, with Meredith Marsh setting the table. And for the Providence Argos, it's going to be Cabry Taylor. She is number 17. Bella Green is number 18. And got a ponytail in front of the other one, but we'll figure it out here. That's number 8. So Franny Martins, they will be your hitters across the front row. Here comes Kyra Sayers. She will get ready to step out and say, let's play some defense, and we're just about set to go here. Sayers gets high fives from everyone but the line judge. And Providence ready to, in their mind, try to make it a perfect record in the early going of Frontier Conference play. Starting first, it'll be Bella Thompson, 5'7" senior setter for Providence. And here we go with NAIA Frontier Conference Volleyball. Thompson goes cross court. Right there, Rodacker, quick to the middle. That's going to be down on the swing from Caitlin Wood. And Rocky takes the lead on a system kill to get things going here at the Fortin Center. Wood took the tight angle, and it paid off. And coming into the game for Rocky now, Gabby Panzetta, 6'3" senior. Kincaid back to serve. Middle back, Sayers, Thompson. Pushed over, covered with a roll by Rodacker, and here's Sadie Meyer, And it's 2-0 Rocky. Sadie Myers puts it off the high hands for the kill outside the back door. 2-0 Rocky. First set. Billings, Montana, Frontier Conference. Kincaid back to serve. She's a southpaw. Watch, she'll serve with the right hand now and Crosby up. Now there goes the southpaw, wrapped in green. Middle back, up by Sadie Giles. Kincaid sets the backside to Panzetta. Didn't get it over the net, and the first point side out for the Argos. Panzetta got up a little bit early on that one for the hitting error. So 2-1 Rocky. And back to serve, Kyler Sayers, the libero. He will be among the leaders at the end of the year unless injury happens. Little floater, backside. Josie West has it. Slide set to Wood. Knocked back off the block. Swept out of the net by Panzetta, but she caught the bottom of the tape for the net violation. And the Argos right back into the 2-2 tie. Sayers, back corner. For our Providence fans watching in Great Falls and many other places here around the world on the YouTube channel. Myers tries to drop it in. Nice cover in the backside by Giles. Kincaid back out to Meyer. It's covered. Thompson goes backside. Franny Martins gets dug out by Rodacker. Saved out of the net. Diving save for Myers. Keeps it alive. Can they pay it off if you're a Rocky fan? Nope. That goes over the Battlin Bears balcony for the lead. That's a big swing from the Argos to get their first lead of the match. Kyler Sayers gets set. Boy, that was a high deflection, almost throwing the concession stand here at Rocky. Myers, long run for Josie West, and a fluff by Myers. And it's 4 straight for the Argos, pushing the points here. Kyler Sayers back to serve. Sayers from Battlin Bears High School, Valley Springs, California. Josie West, perfect up to Kincaid, back set. Wood gets covered. There's Bella Thompson to the middle. Sabri Taylor gets knocked back by the block, and that's going to work. Side out for the Rockies, or for the Battlin Bears, 4-3. Big block in the middle, steps up that time and shuts down Sabri Taylor. 4-3 Argos first set. Sadie Meyer back to serve. A Whistler down the line. Evans has it. Outside, Fanny Martin with a blaster ball between the defenders. And that's going to be Bella Green. My apologies. So Bella Green picked that one up, and into the game to serve comes Lindsay Lawrence for the Battlin Bears. And back to serve Ellie Carlson for Eunice Duda. Backside, down it goes. That's missed. Just out the backside on the big swing from the Wood, and once again the Argos have assumed their double-up position. Carlson's 5'4" junior defensive specialist from Grafton, Idaho. That's almost an overpass. Saved out of the net, and Panzetta jumps too soon and knocks it on the wrong side of the net. Argos up 7-3. Carlson back to work. Lime green uniform. Pretty sharp, I think. Kincaid sets up West. Little shot over the top. Covered. Thompson out to Edens. Down the line. Good save by Kincaid. Bump over the net by Panzetta. Here's Thompson outside. Edens to the floor. The Terminator. Ryan Edens just outside the 10-foot line. Sweet swing from Ryan Edens from Gallatin High School. They have been championship high school here the last couple of years. They got a boys championship, a girls volleyball championship, and an ace as Lindsay Lawrence can't get out of the way. Sayers Carlson rather dials up the ace, and Lawrence says, okay, this time I'm ready. 9-3. Sayers, short one, Rodacher, Kincaid, Josie West. Boy, she puts as much of a thump on the ball as anybody on the Rocky Mountain team. We saw that last night. Here comes another gal that can punch it pretty good. Paulina Mulder from the Netherlands. 9-4, Rockies got their side out. Josie West has her first kill. Outside, Evans catches a block. Outside the reach of Kincaid. Evans got 2 in a row for the Argos. And double digits for Providence. In the game to serve it up for Providence, it'll be Heather Barbie from Yakima, Washington. 5'5" freshman. Heather loads it up. Deep left corner. Floater over the top. Saved in there by Lawrence. The set to West gets caught up on the block of Bella Thompson. Slide set. That's going to be covered by Rodacher. West has to take something off of it, keep it in play. Out to Edmonds. Lawrence can't do that in the right direction. And Ryan Edmonds terminating at will here for the Argos. And back to serve again goes Heather Barbie. Herm Elenbaas at Rocky Mountain College. Glad to be part of your Saturday afternoon, early evening. Barbie, perfect on the pass. That's into the donut hole. And Paulina Mulder gets her first kill. Freshman middle blocker. 6 foot. And back to serve goes Meredith Marsh. He will take over at the center position as Coach Beaumont runs a 2-setter offense most of the time. Marsh whistles that one back. Barbie's under it. Pushed over by Bella Thompson. What a save there by Rodacher. Right place, right time. Thompson, slide set, slam to the floor. Giles has the slider to the floor. 12-5. Isabel Cahall will come in. 5'6" sophomore DS. Coach Buda runs a lot of people into these matches. We're in the first set. It's 12-5 Argos on K-Sky and the Rocky Mountain Athletics YouTube channel. The Hall, Marsh, slide set on the backside. Mulder gets dug out. And that one catches a lot of net, hits the floors, and Franny Martins. Once it hit the top of the net, boy, there was no chance for the cover that was not ready for that adjusted play of the ball. We got a timeout by Audrey Beaumont. The score 13-5 back in 60. Well, the timeout, it'll continue to be the Argos serving, and Isabel Cahall will continue with an 8-point lead here in the first set. Isabel loads it up, left side, floats it, deep ball, a little bit of a shank, and that's an ace, and Lauren's not happy with herself on that one. Cahall picks up the ace, and a little conversation there with Audrey Beaumont for Lindsay Lawrence. Not what she would have liked on that serve. And back to serve again, Cahall. This time, Josie West steps in, makes the cover. Josie West bombs it right back at her off the block, covered by Rocky. Backside, that's down with emphasis. Bella, that's Franny, rather. Getting Bella and Franny mixed up here. Wow. Velocity. That might have broken the sound barrier. And Dwayne Lynn back to serve, or back to play D, is Coach Beaumont working on some defensive substitutions here. Hall covered, slide set, Mulder, that's off the block and down. She got a pop on that one and twisted it off the block for the big side out. In the game to serve comes Dylan Pospisil. West will take a seat. Pospisil back to serve. Sadie Myers comes back in for the Battlin Bears. So you play 4 years for the Bears, then you play for the Battlin Bears. That's Sadie Myers' life story in volleyball. Back to serve Pospisil. Bella Thompson. That's going to be just out the back door. Hung in the air a little bit too long for Franny Martins for the hitting error. 2-0 for Rocky, 15-7. And Dylan Pospisil loads it up. This time cross. Picked up perfectly. Slide set to the middle this time. Dug out by Rocky. Kincaid floats it over the top. Thompson outside. Giles gets covered. Here's Meyer, and she bombs it out too long out the back door. Side out Argos. 16-7 now as Argos cruising through this first set against Rocky. Rocky had the 2-0 lead and hasn't been too good since then. A 16-5 run for the Argos. And Sadie Giles back to serve. Rodacker overpass. That's going to be Argos' point. 17-7. Sadie Giles, 5'9" senior middle blocker. Rodacker puts that one on target to Marsh. Slide set to Mulder. That bangles on the net. Swept back into the air by Bella Green. From the middle. They punch over the top by Thompson. Backside. Kincaid dug out. Thompson quick. Franny Martins dug out by West. Myers. Rodacker makes a heroic play, but can't steer it back to the Argos. Well, they're not losing this one by a lack of hustle. They're just not bouncing the right way. And Providence, a dominant team in the early going. 18-7 Argos. We're back in 60. Providence will serve out of the timeout. Sadie Giles back there. Providence averaging 13.3 kills per set through the first 10 games. Digs, pretty amazing. 17 digs per set. That talks about the defense. Meyer tries to shoot for the corner. Popped up into the air by the Argos. Rodacker with a flashy dig there. Meyer shoots opposite corner. Covered with a run over there by Giles. And off the block, falling into the corner past Rodacker. Another kill from the corner. And that will be Bella Green on that one. 19-7 now. The run for the Providence Argos continues. Short stuff. Mulder picks it off. Marsh tries a dump shot. Saved by the Argos. So that's a sweet swing from Bella Green. No touch on the block on that one. That was a wide open one against the floor dig from Bella Green, or a kill from Bella Green. And back to serve Sadie Giles, pushing the points here. West has the perfect pass to Marsh. Over to Kincaid. Giles has it. Dump shot attempt by Bella Thompson. Bump for Josie West, and we're going to see Meyer get the kill with a touch on the block. Brady got that slowed down by a little wrap on the block. In the game comes Kira Band for the first time for the Battlin Bears. 20-8 now, Argos first set. Band, middle back, shank, long run, covered, free ball by Kyra Sayers, and another chance for Rocky. Caitlin Wood gets knocked back out to Kincaid. The block is just slowing everything down for the Rockies. Cross court. Bella Green gets covered. But right back, here's Bella one more time, and she fluffed it. Swing and a miss. 20-9. That point goes Rockies' way as Kira Band back to serve. That's going to float on her, but helped out by the libero Sayers. Bella Green is getting every set right now. Marsh, Meyer to the floor. He screens that one right between two defenders with some pop. Brady Myers with 3 kills in the first set. Herm Elenbaas at Rocky Mountain College. Here goes Kira Ban again. Sayers, Thompson, Bella Green jammed it inside the block, and then Myers couldn't get out of the way for the cover. Too much block on that one. 21-10. And Bella Thompson back to serve just 4 points away from cruise control. A win on the first set. Trinity Pinson will come into the game now for the Argos. Bella Thompson back to serve. Floats it. Myers, Marsh, Kincaid, rejection. Solid stuffer for the newbie in the game, Trinity Pinson. Bella back to the service line. Bella, 4-step hopper, drops it in. Josie West gets there. She's a team player. Out to Bella Green, fingernails it over, covered by Rocky, bumps it out to Kincaid, and she can't get it over the net. 23-10. Lost focus right in the key part of that set. And it hits the middle of the net. Argos 2 points away. Bella Green deep on the right corner. Floats it back. That's the A's. That time Josie West couldn't get squared up on that one. Bella Thompson getting my Bella's mixed up here. 24-10. Set point opportunity for the Argos here at the Fortin Center. Thompson, cross court. Josie West lets that crawl up. March to the middle. Wood pushes, covered by Sadie Giles. Pinson, and then a collision ends the game. Rodocker stationed there, and a collision with Meredith March. First set goes to the Argos, 25-10. We're back in 2.5. first set there, and quite a difference in the stat line for Providence. 12 kills, 34 swings, 265 as a team. Franny Martins led all hitters along with Bella Green. Franny at 4, Bella Green 4. Hit 333 did Martin. Sadie Meyer led Rocky with 3 kills. 7 digs for Lauren Rodacker from Rocky Mountain College. And a couple of switches here for Runas Judah as we're going to see Trinity Kenson take her place on the front row along with Bella Green and Franny Martins. And Sayers will come in. And some of these gals in the inaugural Montana All-Star Classic that they have started in June here at Rockwood High School. Got to do the inaugural one a couple of years ago. I think Ryan Edmonds was part of that from Gallatin High School. So Gallatin High School in Bozeman has seen a boys state championship and a girls volleyball state championship. They have not been a school for that long. For years, everybody hoped they'd break up the Bozeman Hawks and weaken everything, but no, they started another high school. Now you got 2 strong teams in Bozeman. A lot of talent to go around over there. For the people that the Bozeman Gallatin and Bozeman High School teams were beaten up on, didn't see any relief when they split up. Back to serve. It'll be Rocky Mountain College and Dylan Costaso. Huge swing from Bella Green, covered by Rocky. Marsh goes backside to Kincaid. Bella Thompson has the dig. The set to the front row. Another new player in. That's Ellie Carlson. That's going to be out the back door on the swing from Sadie Meyer. And the Argos take the lead. Here comes Ryan Edmonds into the front row for the Argos. And back to serve for Arunas Judah's team, Kyra Sayers. Already 9-1 out of the gate here in this 2025 season for Providence. Conversation with Marty Edgman for Sadie Giles. Now Kyra Sayers can unload the serve. And she sends it across to Meyer. Overpass. Bella Green. What a take for Rodacker. See him pull off. Nope. Meyer went right into that block of Bella Green. For a stuff block. Wanted the kid, got the stuff block when Meyer went right at her on the set. Kyra Sayers back to serve. They snap the wrist, same spot. Myers, they're picking on her. Marsh back to Myers. All she can do is push. Easy dig. Bella Thompson outside Evans. High hand serve that over the head of Rodacker. The touch on the net that put that air mail was from Ella Kincaid. Argos up 3-0. Sayers gets set. And Myers still getting picked on there on the serve. Here's Mulder. That's going to be down. Slide set to the middle blocker, Felina Mulder. And that gets Rocky on the board. First serve of the Rocky side will be from Kira Bannock. Kira Bannock, 5'6" sophomore DX. 3-1 Argos. Here's Bannock. Middle back. Giles makes a play. Bella Green through the block. Still alive for Rocky. 3 ball over by Marsh. Thompson. Middle set to Green. Right there's Kira Bannock. Back to attack for Josie West. Popped in the air by Bella Thompson. Best rally of the day. And Bella ends that with a hard swing into the corner store. 4-1. Bella Green still popping them. He says, I can rest on the bus on the way home to Great Falls, so just leave it all out here. 4-1. And back to serve Ellie Carlson. Same place, Myers, Marsh. Wood gets the kill. They stayed with it, but Rocky's getting their attack going right now. 4-2. A couple of those rallies look like they were starting to feel their own attack here, not just play defense. Here's Ella Kincaid. She'll sink it in. Handled by Carlson. Back set. Tinson gets the drop ball right in front of the diving Ella Kincaid. So Trinity Tinson, who got a stuff block in the first set, adds a kill here in the second. And Arlie Arnold, the freshman backup setter, will come into the game as Aruna Skuda with that lopsided first set. Has the luxury of running a lot of players in here in this matchup. Here's Arnold. Covered by Josie West. Meyer's going to get a chance to swing back at them. That would be a net violation. So someone into the net for Rocky. 62. Early Arnold back to serve. Josie West on target with a pass to Kincaid. That's off the block and down. Evans got over there, but Caitlin Wood gets a couple of kills in a row. Early Arnold from Spokane Valley, Washington. Katie Meyer back to serve for the Battlin Bears. Middle back, Sayers perfect to Thompson. Out to Evans, covered by Rodoctor. Kincaid takes it outside, and Josie West gets stuffed out there. On the outside by Bella Thompson. Sutter goes up and gets it. 7-3. Rocky has made a statement here, at least getting on the board here before Argos ran off and hide. Now back to serve again for the Argos, Isabel Cahall. Rodoctor defensively pops it up. Clear bang on the front row. Panzetta, free ball. Panzetta goes again. Bella Thompson outside, too strong on the swing by Sadie Giles. Swing and a miss for Ella Kincaid. 8-3. What was that striped white and red and blue thing that just blew by Ella Kincaid from the hand of Sadie Giles? Wow. Cahall back to serve. Rodoctor siding away from that pass, makes the play. Cross court by West, and that's in the crowd. Josie West gets the side out. 8-4, Argos. And back to serve, Lauren Rodoctor, 5'4" senior who hails from Skyview High right here in Billings. Middle back, Carlson has the up. Thompson, Giles, nice running save by Kincaid. She saw it coming. West can just pop it up, tight to the net, behind the block on the flip from Thompson. Well done, Bella Thompson. Running away from where she was going to tip it, she'll end up with that kill. Hard to react to that unless you've seen her play a couple times. 9-4. Giles, middle back, bam. Mulder's going to get that save. I had to hold off on that one as Giles gets chased and left-handed it into the crowd. So we changed her name since I called her. Game last November. Used to be Sadie Watt. There's a Mrs. there involved. Mrs. Giles. Meredith March back to serve. The lead is 4 for Providence. Good serve. Tight to the net. Slide set. Down to the floor. Assistant kill for Franny Martins. So Thompson puts that ball right where her hitters are comfortable. So you go to the game and Bella Thompson is setting, and you know you're not going to be reaching or jumping or sidestepping or getting out of your power core point. Thompson puts it right where you can give it your all. Middle back, Lauren Rodoctor. Saved by Lynn Dean. Thompson outside Bella Green. Lauren Rodoctor has the dig. Up ahead to Josie West. He gets covered on a strong swing. Cross court, that's down off Meredith. Meredith Marsh can't handle that Franny Martin's kill. 11-5 now, Providence. Bella looks like she's getting the service location signal from the side judge, but I know there was someone behind her. Bella Thompson, diving save there for Lynn Dean. Wet, solid stuffer. Look at the Argos celebrate if you're on TV. Tinson gets that stuff block, second in 2 sets for Trinity Tinson. Rocky needs a side out. 12-5, Providence. Bella Thompson puts it in play right on the back line. Rodacker plays it. Here's Mulder. He just worked around that middle, and it seems like every time she gets it, she puts it down. Farina Mulder has her 3rd kill. Have to check her efficiency rating after the end of this set. Seems like she has not had many hitting errors or balls covered, but you check the stats out and you go, oh yeah, that one and that one. Tight to the net. Bella Thompson saves it. Randy Martin's punches. She's covered. Kincaid right into the teeth of the block. Tinson 2 blocks in a row. Putting up the Rocky Mountain wall. Shutting down the Bears on their attack. Boy, is she doing great in that middle blocker position. 3 stuff blocks and a kill since she came in late in the first set. 13-6. Tyler Sayers back to serve. Floats back to Meyer. Almost an overpass. Who's getting that point? 2 players with a full swing at it. No signal coming up. Now it's going to Rocky. And Aruna Duda says, I know you had to make a call there, but how about sending it our way? He's pretty good-natured about how he's approaching this, but neither up or down ref was able to make the quick call on that. That was a mystery call there, and finally the call came in for Rocky. So a side out for Rocky, and back to serve goes Kira Bannon. Second set, Providence took the first set. Thompson, back set. Bella Green gets the floater off the top of the block for the kill. 5 kills now for Bella Green. Into the game for the Argos, Ellie Carlson. She'll take over at the service line. Kira Bannon takes a seat. Mulder takes a seat for Rocky. March back in the front row as a setter. Carlson gets covered by Meyer. Meyer gets a good swing and withers it off the block on the outside of Sadie Giles. So Meyer won that battle. And Rocky within 6. Kincaid back to serve. 5'9" junior. Roder backside. Carlson has the perfect pass. Giles flips it to the donor hole. It's covered. Rodacker outside to Panzetta. Right into the block, but covered by Rocky out to Myers, and Myers gets stuck. 2 players on that one. Guess who? Tinson and Giles. Give each one of them a half. Look at those fired up eyes on Trinity Tinson as she comes to the sideline. She had a really good rotation through the lineup there for Coach Aruna Duda. Side out, 15-8, Providence. Early Arnold back to serve. That's going to float. Rodacker plays it. Meyer gets the swing, and that's a kill. Caught heavy hands on the front row from Arnold, and Myers gets her 5th kill. He was getting a lot of action there in that outside position on the sets from both March and Kincaid. Meyer takes the serve. Evans shanks it, a reach from behind the aerial, and Sayers takes it over. Wood covers. Out to Evans. Popped in the air by Panzetta. Sharp move there. Josie West, back line. Sayers is under that. Slide set to Giles off the block. And it's a point for the Argos and Giles as there was a net graze there for Rocky. 16-9. Isabella Cahall comes. Cahall comes in. And she will be the next server for Providence. That's going to be way long. A little gift there. That's only the first service error of the game. Now we're deep in the second set. That is a rarity. And Warren Rodacher back to serve. Middle back, Sayers is on it. Bella Thompson slides up to Giles. Good recovery on the deflection. Josie West has popped up on the block. Bella Thompson, same thing. Brandy Martin is going to give up the kill. Stuff block for Rocky Mountain College from Josie West. Argos did their best to track that down, but they could not cover. 16-11. Rodacher. These passes are perfect. Stuff blocked by Pancetta. Look at Gabrielle. Celebrate that one. Brandy Martin gets shut down, and the lead is down to 4 for the Argos. Warren Rodacher back to serve. Gets the location from Coach Beaumont. Sayers, Thompson, slide set. Brandy Martin's misses. And Arena Studer looks to his bench. 16-13, another hitting error. And Martina Fiedler will come in for the Argos. He is from Poland. Skaniki, Poland. I'm sure I messed that up. Have to go back to my Google pronunciation guide. Outside it goes. Covered. Panzetta drifts into the net on that power pop there. Fiedler got a hand on one of those. Back in the front row comes Bella Green. Boy, look for some action coming her way to reestablish the comfort zone here for the Argos. Sadie Giles, backside. Josie West to the middle. There's Mulder. This time she was covered. Outside it goes to Fiedler off the top of the block. Punched up into the air by Lynn Boone. 3 ball. Sayers. Thompson, backside. Green, that's down the net, parallel to the net. Green has the kill. I think I called that one. But nobody cares in volleyball. 18-13. Katie Giles waits. He's got the whistle. Short stuff. Panzetta pops it up. Panzetta gets the setback. That's going to be down. Panzetta got good reel on that. Good wood on that one. Didn't have a long swing at it, but that was a good trip through the lineup for her. She got a stuff block and a kill, and Rocky's still hanging in there. 4 points back. Meredith Marsh back to serve for the Bears. Snaps it just over the net. Sayers keeps it alive. Bella Thompson out to Bella Green, and Bella misses. 3-point game. Hitting there and starting to show the humanity of the Argos here. Looking pretty solid in that first 25-10 win. Meredith Marsh at the service line, trying to take this to a 2-point lead for the Argos. Right down the line. Oh, boy, 3 players went for that one. They all laid off when they saw the trajectory. And now we've got the first service error for Rocky. So 1 service error for Rocky, 1 for the Argos in this matchup, and Kennedy Pinson back to the front row. Really made her presence felt last time. Bella Thompson back to serve for the Argos. Middle back, rotation error. Rocky in the lead goes up to 4. 5 make it. Thompson gets credit for the ace on that one. For 2015 Argos, Rocky had it to 3, couldn't close the gap any further. Here's Thompson from the right corner. 2 players converge, neither one of them get it. Thompson celebrates the ace, 3 aces in the match. Audrey Beaumont, coach of the Bears, didn't like that look, and she calls her team over. 21-15, Argos back in 60. Thompson back to work at the service line. Super setter for the Argos. 4 points away from a 2-set lead. Thompson watches two defenders for Rocky back away from that ball. Ouch. And Thompson going aces high all over the place. 4 aces now in the match for Bella Thompson. That was a gift there as Rocky switches up the back row defensive lineup. Short one. 2 players came up on it again. Lauren Rohrdocker comes up. Mulder pushes off the hands of Thompson. The set cross court. Touch there gives the kill to Fiedler. The first kill of the afternoon for Martina. 23-15. Another timeout. Coach Beaumont calls her team over. Argos 2. Rocky running out of points in this second set. Argos need just 2 to close out Rocky and put him in a deep hole here on Rocky's home court. Bella Thompson already with 4 aces in the match, gets set to serve. Bella right corner, 4-stepper. Rohrdocker pops it up. Marsh backside West tries the tip. Bella Green fluffs it temporarily, but covered by her teammates. Marsh to the middle. Mulder. That's heading for the crowd. Bella Green tracks it down. Back row attack for Sadie Giles. A wide open corner. 24-15. Giles, 3rd kill. Set point opportunity for the Argos. And Bella, after a long service run, is going to try to take this home in style. Short stuff, Rohdocker's there. Meredith Marsh outside. Kincaid dug out by Giles. Near side, Fiedler gets a heavy hand on the block. Marsh sets up Kincaid. That's going to be on the floor. Ella gets the side out. Ella, right spot with that one. And the receiver could not figure out to go up hands or down hands or straight hands with it. And the split second of that decision probably gave up that point. In the game to serve, Dylan Pospisil for Rocky. Rocky fights off the first set point. See if they can do 2. Bella Thompson slides set to the backside. Fiedler dug out. There's Mulder, and that's it. Stuck wash in the middle for Timpson again. Boy, did we mention that name much? 4 stuffed walks in that set for Trinity Timpson. 1 in the first set, so she is putting up a solid block all day. So 2-0 as Rocky falls to the Argos in the second set, 25-16. And we will be back on radio in 2.5. Rocky Mountain College has partnered with Urk Hotels for all 25-26 streaming. Based in Missoula, Urk Hotels has been managing developing lodging properties in the Northwestern region for more than 30 years. With their partners and investors, they have developed and built hotels in Montana, Washington, and Idaho. 900 guest rooms to choose from, 22,000 square feet of conference space. At Urk Hotels, they're dedicated to serving their people and properties, inspiring a culture of exceptional hospitality and delivering maximum value to their investors and partners. Thank you, Urk Hotels, for your support of Rocky Mountain College athletics. Well, whatever else you can say about these two teams, and you can say a lot about them, they are really taking care of the serve. Through the second set, only 2 service errors, 1 for each team. It's a pretty unusual set when you get these gals really winding up on that serve. You know, you take a few misses just as part of what the good hard serve and the tricky serve can produce, but neither one of these coaches have to do any extra serving practice this week. So the Argos will serve first in the third set. They're playing like a number 5 team, if you ask me. Rocky keeps it alive. Free ball by Kincaid. On the front row, new setter. Second load. Goes down. Bree Taylor puts the second one away. I haven't seen much of her. She came into this averaging 3.2 kills a set, hitting .419, and we have not seen much of her. And back to serve goes Ole Arnold. For the service error, I guess I jinxed him. That's what announcers try to do, just to show they have some impact on the game. Back to serve for Rocky will go Kira Band with the score tied at 1 each. Rocky has won 3 sets this year, and a service ace for Kira Band. So a whole new squad nearly out there. Got a new setter, Arlie Arnold, taking over at the setter position for Bella Thompson. Now a service error coming back the other way. I knew I shouldn't have said anything until after the game. Now we've doubled our service errors. Lauren Rudacker back in the game for the Battlin Bears, and Tyler Sayers back to serve for the Argos. Corner, middle back. Handled by Zoe Albert. Giles, Evans, bounce off the block. Myers settles under it. Backside. Left-handed over by Kincaid. Nice save there with one arm by Meredith Marsh to keep this rally going. Arnold, backside, Bella Green. This time, no chance for Zoe Albert. He knows how to take a hit. She kind of rolled away from it when that heavy metal ball came at her. He just kind of rolled with the velocity of the ball. That's how they teach you to avoid the full impact if you have time to do that. Sayers tight to the net. Marsh saves it, and then Wood can't get up high enough because Marsh was off balance when she tried to do that. 4-2 Argos. And Sayers has the Argos with the lead. Boy, a lot of options for Coach Arunas Duda with the squad he has. We can put so many different combinations out there. Here's Sayers. Kyra sends it back to Lauren Woodrocker. Marsh out to Meyer. Stuck block for Bella Green. That one whistled by Sadie Meyer's ears as she put that ball with a pretty good pop right into Bella Green. 5-2. Sayers gets set. Three-step hopper. Short one. Zoe Albert gets there. Outside, Kincaid. Bella Green with another load. She felt good on that one, and the football players dodging for cover in the stands. And that's an error. 5-3, and Rocky will take it anywhere they can get him. Bella Kincaid back to serve. Sure, left-handed right down the line. Evans pops it up. Long run for Arnold. Push shot over the top. There's Rodacker. Kincaid. Meyer goes to the tip. Arnold settles under it. Off the block. Covered. Some Bella Green swing. Out to Panzetta. That shanks a little bit. Run down by Arnold. Evans off her back ankle. Keeps it in the court. Here's Panzetta. Beautiful diving save on the back row, but it hit the ground. Looked good. Sadie Giles made it look really good, but give that kill to Rocky. Kincaid, Evans, Arnold, free ball. Picked off in the front row by Wood. The set outside to Myers. She'll push it through the block. Gets it through the block. Now Bella Green gets the kill off of Rodacker. Right past the double block. Meyer and Wood were right there in perfect position. And Bella Green found the magic to get it through. Pretty good day here for Bella Green. With 7 kills, make it 2 more in this set. Little pop up by Myers, cover to the backside by Albert. Free ball, everybody converges. Off the top of the block, Albert with a reflex play, and then Wood hangs in the air to keep that one going. And that's a miss out the back door for Cabry Taylor. And it's a 1-point game, 6-5 in the third set. Some new personnel for each of these teams. Here comes Josie West, who's been an anchor here on both home games I've called for the Bears. Backside, Myers. Albert, off the top of the block, saved by Myers. Kincaid, Panzetta, oh, she free-balled it out of bounds. Well, when you're playing as hard as you're playing, just to stay close to the Argos, that's one you don't want to see happen. And Delane Lindeen comes in on defense for the Battlin Bears. And back to serve. Track that down here. We know her number. It's 24. Heather Barbie. 7-5 Argos. Ace for Barbie. Barbie dials up the ace and takes it to a 3-point lead. Eight to 5. Thank all our great sponsors on Blue Sky that make this Rocky volleyball schedule available for you this year. A little tip over the top and a miss for West. West went up and hooked it a little bit on that easy tip opportunity. All of a sudden, Argos trying to pull away again, 9 to 5. Heather Barbie back to serve. So take it cross court. Lindeen has the up. Wood free balls it into the back corner. Slide set. Giles, Terminator, whistles that one right by Lindeen. Giles, one of the best swings of the day. I think there was one that was better earlier, as if I have an MPH gun or anything like that. Argos 10, Rocky 5, back in 60. Well, Yakima's own Heather Barbie getting set to serve. Tips it off the net. What a save for Rodocker. Here's Chelsea West, and they give her a point off of that great play by Rodocker. Look at Rodocker celebrate. Chelsea West made that effort stand up for Lauren Rodocker. And a side out of the timeout. Not always the plays that go into the scorebook. Here's Rodocker, middle back, played on the back line. Barbie. Edens chips it off the block. Lundeen, push at the net, kept alive, and the Argos win the push. Want to recognize some of our radio and internet sponsors on K-Sky. Heights Dairy Queen, Pharmacy One, Bill Schwartzkopf at Farm Bureau Insurance, Golden Nugget, Body and Paint, and Rimrod Cabinet. And I don't have a 14. Either on the roster or in my own searches. Anyway, Argos play on, up by 5. Kincaid, Mulder, little tip off the block, covered on the backside by Ellie Carlson, and the point goes to the Argos, 12-6. Also sponsored by the Pella Window Store, Yellowstone Eye Care, cross court. West fights it off. Long run for Kincaid. Free ball for West. Opposite back, Carlson. And then a wide open corner awaits Sadie Giles' monster swing. Giles looked up, and Rocky was only playing 3/4 of the court on defense. And new player in the game for the Argos. That'll be Kaya Stanley from Spokane, a redshirt freshman. Here's the serve. Josie West on target to Kincaid. The quick to Mulder. Boy, she sent that airmail off the back wall. 14-6. And the Argos pretty much doing what they want to do here against the Battlin Bears. And the service error. 3-2 in service errors for Providence. Not enough of a advantage in that category to help out the Bears here this afternoon. And back into the game for the Argos comes Kyra Sayers. Meredith Marsh back to serve. 14-7 Argos. Rocky down 2-0. Carlson has the up, another wide open corner to shoot for the Argos. Kaya Stanley just in the cane, hits it in the back corner. And back to serve goes Sadie Giles. Rupert, middle back, swept into the air by Lundeen. Josie West has the swing, and she drops it in the donut hole. 15-8 now. Josie hits that in the perfect spot. Now Josie West back to serve. All the way from Buchanan, Michigan. Good pass up to Arnold. Outside. Hit the aerial. Hitting error for the Argos. Brooklyn Hillman in the game now. Another player from Spokane Valley, Washington. And she missed that one. 15-9. Josie West. Good cover. Back to the outside. Brooklyn Hillman gets covered. Here's Myers. Got the aerial. That's the Argos point. Good swing on it, but can't hit that barber pole. Zoe Albert back in the game on defense. Kibri Taylor back in the middle for Great Falls. Back to serve, Arnold. Taking over at center from Bella Thompson this set. Tight to the net. Marsh saves it. Goes backside. Flipped over by Kincaid. Here's the attack. Pushed over by Kaya Stanley. Kincaid goes cross court. Overpass. Couldn't get anything on it on the front row by Mulder. Now pushed to the back corner. Covered by Giles. Kibri Taylor hits that same open corner. Rocky had some issues with that last night where the defense could not cover that corner. Avery Taylor takes the Argos to 17. Here's Everly Arnold. Short one. Meyer overpass, saved out of the net by Marsh, but she grazed the net. Meredith, no choice there but to drift into the net. And the Argos running away with this one in all three sets. Giles will come out of the game, and we will see first appearance. It's not the first appearance, but Isabel Cahall. Everly Arnold back to serve for the Argos. Herm Elenbaas at Rocky Mountain College on your radio and on the internet. Arnold launches the three-stepper, cross-court. Beautiful play over there by Zoe Albert. Kincaid has to choose this angle carefully. That's going backside. Free ball keeps it alive for the Argos. Marsh outside. Meyer got the throw off the block for the kill by Sadie Meyer. Sadie scores it. And Rocky's in double digits. Too much power for the double block that was waiting there, including Kaya Stanley. Here's Caravan. Arnold outside. Hillman dug out by Albert. The tip hits the aerial again for Myers. Had a pretty good attempt there, but hooked it just enough to get the graze off the aerial. In the game comes Lauren Rudacker. Sayers back to serve for the Argos. Cross court, Albert perfect to Marsh. Caitlin Wood finds the corner. Drops it right inside the back line. 19-11. Ella Kincaid back to serve for the Bears. They'll float it. No place to go to get out of the way there for Cahall. Cross court, go back around the dig. Saved out of the net by Kincaid. Myers tries for the cross, and there's a wide open throwing hole. Hillman puts it away. Brooklyn from Spokane Valley gets her first kill. 20-11. Defensive laps there. Bree Taylor will come out of the game, and our favorite blocker, if you're rooting for Great Falls, Trinity Tinson, has 5 blocks. Back in the game to try to add to those totals. Kincaid sweeps into the air. Meyer off the block and down. Meyer got a heavy hand on the block. That was enough to drop it in front of people. Cahall comes out of the game. Back in the game goes Sadie Giles. Back to serve for Rocky, Sadie Meyer. 20-12 Argos. 5 points away from their 10th win. There's Arnold. Lindsay goes wide. Kennedy goes way wide on that one. Sadie Meyer puts it in play. Quick set in the middle. Perfect slide opportunity covered by Rocky, and then Panzetta hits it off the back wall. 21-13. Didn't get the timing right on that set. So there's 2 different setters working with her. And Marsh and Kincaid. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but sometimes you miss them. And back to serve goes Heather Barbie again for the Argos. Barbie middle back, Rodacker perfect to Kincaid. There's Wood, stuff block. Sadie Giles, solid in the middle. 22-13. Barbie will try to take the Argos one step closer. First. Heather Barbie gets set to serve. Argos 3 points away. Rodocker steers it over to Kincaid. Backside, Pensetta. Another stuff block for the Argos. Boy, their numbers on the block are going to be amazing. Giles gets 2 stuff blocks in a row. Game also brought to you by Yellowstone Eye Care, Levy, Carpet One Floor and Home, Roger Daniel at Farmers Insurance, Universal Athletics, and Pet Passages. Barbie shoots the cross over to Lindeen to the ace to Barbie. Second ace in the match. Set point, match point coming up. Also, Peak Embroidery, American Water, Western Security Bank, Conlon's Furniture, Stockman Bank, Big Sky Volley Fest qualifier for AAU, May 2nd and 3rd, and Darla Jones. Here's Barbie, Looper, back to Rodocker. Match point opportunity. That's popped up on the swing by Josie West. Arnold goes outside. Evans for the win. Ryan Evans finishes it off with a kill off the block. Final score, 25-13. Argos pick up their 10th win of this early season. And their number 5 ranking in the NAIA is not in any trouble, and it may even go north of that before the next rankings come out. Well, let's take a couple of minutes and come back and check our final stats. We're watching the Battling Bears, brought to you by Urk Hotels, streaming live on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel. I'm Herm Elenbaas. Well, let's take a look at our final numbers here, and boy, did Providence prove why they're ranked number 5. Here's their hitting percentages. First set, 12 of 34, 3 errors, 265. Second set, 13 of 35, 5 errors, 229. 10 of 31 in the third set, 194. Check out this line here. 6 kills for Sadie Giles, 11 swings. How about a cool 545 and then toss in 13 digs. And Bella Green led the way in numbers for kills. 9 kills, 22 swings, 227. And 5 for Ryan Edens. Ryan Edens, no service or hitting errors, and she hit 417. Well, the Battling Bears, well, they got some work to do on their attack. First set, they hit minus 54. Second set was their only positive hitting set, 10 of 34 with 8 errors, 59. And then they finished up with a minus in the third set, 6 of 37 with 11 errors, minus 135 for the game, 0-4-6 in the negative column. Still some highlights for the Bears. 17 digs for Lauren Rodacker. Sadie Meyer led the way with 7 kills. 5 kills for Felina Mulder and 14 swings, 143. And let's see. Don't forget, I was going to mention Trinity Tinson's outstanding blocking day. She had 5 blocks. I don't think she played in that first set. Well, let's get out of here and enjoy the rest of Saturday. In the first set, it was 25-10 Providence. 25-16 was the closest set in the second. And finally, Providence put Rocky away 25-13. Rocky falls to 0-7. Providence moves to 10-1. Thanks for joining us on the Rocky Athletics YouTube channel and on K-Sky 94.1 FM and 941ksky.com. I'm Herm Elenbaas. Good evening, everyone.